Hello guys, Cristiano here. I am a C programmer, learning all those things that I can. Hit the subscribe button, let a comment, that'll help so much the channel. All my videos will be in a fast mode with explanation. I'll reduce the time to be more precise. And we will face a lot of mistakes and debugs. Everything's calculated, or not. So don't be afraid. The link for all the source codes will be in the description. If you wanna follow, just get your copy. In this video, we are going to talk about map data structure. Normally, when we create a list for a context, like we did for the SAT event, we had to create an internal list to associate the event with the handler. That was the simple way, but it's not capable to remove an item. To accomplish that, it is necessary to use a data structure. Think about it. I built a generic map. It is an idea similar to the Java. I built it on top array. The array already has all the logic to insert, remove, and find an element. Let's see how we can do this. First, we create all the files, a header, source, and the test as always. To implement the map, we are going to use a hidden type. We include the status, and we define the map. And let's take advantage and implement the callbacks, one to compare and the other to debug. The compare will have a key and a data, and the print you have the key and the value, and its functions to handle the map data structure. We start with the create function, which will create the map for us. We need to specify which size the key you have and the size of data. The add function to add a new pair. The remove function is to remove a pair based on the compare function. Get size to obtain how many items are in the list. Get value to recover a data based on the key. We need to compare here as well. Debug to scan the list using the print. And the destroy to free the resources. These are all the functions that we can perform using map. Let's implement all of them in the source file. Now we need to do the same thing as always, preparing the functions to implement them. I use the create functions template here. Let's add the error, test the instance first, and return. Inside the if, we set the status to true. We copy and paste in all functions, and we can adjust in the error message for each function. The error message must indicate what is happening. That helps a lot to find out where the problem is. Let's create the map's descriptor. Like I told you, the map is on top of array, so we need to include the array header to use it here. The map works with a key and a value, so to have this set, we create a struct to help us to put these both values together. In other words, a pair. This struct will serve as base to our implementation. With a map item already created, we begin the implementation from create function. First, we do verify if all the arguments are valid. So we change the error message, we try to allocate the context. If it is okay, we can continue. We populate the context, then we create the array using the map item struct, using the size specified. In the add function, we check the instance, key, and values to ensure they are not invalid. Assuming everything is valid, we can create a new item and assign it to key value pair. We can copy the content to array. We don't need the return here anymore. The array add you provided for us. In the remove function, in that case we check the arguments are not invalid. We obtain the length of array to determine how many elements we need to scan. Then we search the list to see if this key already exists. If the registry is found, we free the resources and remove the item from the list. The compare will be handled by user. The user knows if the data matches with its characteristics. The user must be returned a true value to perform the action. Getting the size is very straightforward. Arrays typically store their size internally, as we did. In the getValue by key, this function behaves similarly to remove, but instead of deleting elements, it copies their values. We can set the status to true, and I forgot testing the key, the value, and the compare arguments. In the debug function, we iterated through the entire list, invoke the print callback function for each element. Let's now discuss the destroy function. It's important to handle this carefully. If the array contains elements, we must first remove them null. Then, we can proceed to destroy the array itself, followed by the context. With the implementation complete, we now need to create a comprehensive unit test to ensure the code functions as intended under various conditions. For that, we do some includes. We implement the main function. We create the compare function, which will compare the internal key against the user key. If both are equals, we return true. After, we implement the print data, will be the int values. Let's create the map. The key, the value will have a size of the int, and the size of list will be 2. We assert the return with a true value. Now we try to add some items. We check the size if it's really 2. We call the debug to see the data. And we try to recover the data using number 2 as a key. Next, we remove the data using the number 1 as a key. We check the size is 1, we debug again, we finally destroy the map. This concludes the test. Let's add the new file to the build script. We create a test rule to create the map test. Now compile and testing. Our Unity tests have passed successfully, leverage a new resource. We can now update existing code using manual maps and enable functionalities such as removal. That's all for now. I appreciate it if you get here. Don't you forget to hit the subscribe button, leave a comment and share. Knowledge is not enough. Waiting for more. Bye. See you soon.